part 2 of my review of this thing, which is the Evolution Fury 3S Mitre Saw. Now, in part 1 you saw me run through the basic features of the saw, as well as do some cutting tests on various different materials. In this video I'm going to be using the saw to do a project build, and that project is going to be building a birdhouse. Now then, this is going to be an upcycling video in the sense that all the wood I'm going to use didn't cost me a penny. So first thing is I'm going to make a base out of this, which is an offcut of an old dining table I chopped up to make a garden planter in a previous video. I'm going to make a frame for the house out of this, which is 2x1 roofing baton, and this was given to me along with some other bits of wood by a nice lady off of Gumtree for free, which is very nice. I'm going to clad the birdhouse with this once I've taken it apart, and this is an old pallet lid that I was given free. And then last of all, I've got a big bag of driftwood here that I collected from my local beach, and I'm going to use this to try and make a kind of thatched roof effect. Now then, I've decided to make the footprint of this birdhouse 11 inches square. So first job, cut this piece down to the correct size. Okay, so now we've got our frame. Next job is to pull this thing apart. Okay, so I made a bit more progress. First thing, I've built a roof frame to go on the birdhouse. Now I've kept this at 45 degrees just to keep everything nice and simple. And the other thing is that pallet is now in pieces. Okay, I've had a little change of plan. I'm not going to use nails anymore because it was absolutely destroying the frame, so I'm using woodglue instead, which means for every course of the cladding I'm going to have to wait for it to dry, which means I'm going to have to find something else to do in the meantime. Actually, while I'm waiting, I'm going to start cutting the roof to size. Okay, so as you can see, it's all coming along very nicely. However, we're approaching the roof now with the cladding, and that's going to start getting a little bit tricky. I could try and explain all the different bits of beveling and cutting and slicing and chopping that I need to do, but I'm not going to because it's a bit complicated, it's a bit boring, so just take it from me, this bit was a bit tricky, okay? Okay, now that's painted and smells a little bit like chicken and mushroom, I'm going to let it dry and then come back and give it a sand. let's finish now. So I'll just spin it round, I'll show you what I've added to the back. So when I put this up in the garden, I'm planning on fastening it to a tree. Now what I don't want to do is screw or nail into the tree because it might damage it, introduces diseases, and it's generally not a good thing to do. So I've added these two brackets here, and I'm going to have a pair of ropes around a high branch that's going to fasten onto them. And then these two brackets down here, which is going to have a bungee cord going around the trunk just to keep it nice and snug. Here is a bolt, so you can easily remove the lid, which I've made a rudimentary hinge out of a piece of inner tube. And that's because at the end of each nesting season you need to open it up and clean it out. So this has been a really enjoyable build, and I'm really happy with the final product. I genuinely don't do any kind of test building at all before making my video. I just pick up my tools and my wood and I launch straight into it. So what you see on video, what you watch, is what you get. I think I've done alright. I think the hardest part was cutting these roof pieces down in half using the chop saw. That would have been a lot easier with a table saw, but I don't own a table saw at the moment. Evolution, if you're listening. So I made the best with the tools at my hand, and I think it's come out alright. Also, I've got to say how pleased I am with this Evolution saw. Everything I've wanted it to do is just done brilliantly. Can't fault it at all. Evolution, cracking bit of kit, well done. So that's about it. If you like this video, then please give it a like using the button down there, and if you want to subscribe to my channel for more projects like this, then hit the subscribe button now. I'm going to be selling these. This is a prototype, but I'm going to be developing a model that I'm going to put up for sale. So if you are interested in buying one at any point, just drop me a message or leave me a comment and I'll get back to you and let you know how that's going on. The other thing is I've got a Patreon page, which I'd be really pleased if you would support me on that. Yeah, because every little helps. And otherwise, see you in the next video.